This is the new GTX 690. You know you're a hardcore nerd when you look at this and it looks better than a naked female. And right now, it is definitely looking better than a naked female.
I got gangsters in the crowd, bad bitches on my show. Walked outside and it's sitting on fold. And I love it. And I love it.
Yeah, what's up? It's me, Hard 8 Times. It's the truth for YouTube. Your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah. What's up, people? What's happening? Make sure you go check out my last video. Bumping Videos is back 2012. It'll be down in the video response section just in case you missed it. You dig? Now, it's a lot of chatter going on the internet about this whole Sony All-Star Battle Royale shit and how people are saying that, you know, it's a complete ripoff of Super Smash Brothers from the Nintendo side of things. You dig? Now, I totally agree. When I first saw the video for Sony All-Stars, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, I thought it felt like it was a complete ripoff. That was my first impressions. And I was thinking, like, why would Sony do something like this? Why? Why? I just thought it was a ripoff, you know. Now, different websites across the internet that have played the game, actually played it, they say that it's not a complete ripoff, but it's more of an iteration into that genre of a fighting game. You know, iteration and stealing is two different things. Basically, iteration is like you're repeating something. You understand what I'm saying? So it's more like repeating something and taking it to another level rather than actually stealing. But I swear, when I look at it, I just look at something that's been stolen. That's just how I feel. Now, I probably won't even play the game because I don't give a fuck. I didn't even like Smash Brothers, so Sony All-Stars most likely not going to like that. So, not interested. But, the main thing about this is how a lot of people are saying Sony are the biggest thieves in this gaming industry. Like, they steal everything. And I think when people are trying to make a point, they forget. You know, they forget. They get amnesia when they try to make a point. They act like Sony didn't bring shit to the table first and their ideas were stolen. They act like Sony never did anything that was innovative. You understand what I'm saying? But let's take it a step further. What if developers all had that same dickhead mentality of, we can't do this because somebody else already did it? What if all developers thought like that? You know, one of the first-person shooters to ever come to the market was a game called Maze Wars back in the 70s. Imagine if the creators of Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, imagine if those creators thought, we can't make these games. It has already been done. That will be stealing. Oh, too bad, can't make it. Imagine if they thought like that. Where would the first-person genre be today? Probably wouldn't even be around, right? Right? We wouldn't have never had games like Doom. We would have never had games like GoldenEye, 007, Call of Duty in the early days, Battlefield 3, Rainbow Six. You understand what I'm saying? We would never have had these awesome games if developers had that same stupid mentality of, we can't do this because somebody has already did it. You know, what if you know, Capcom, you know, one of the first fighting games to ever come to the market was a game called Heavyweight Champ. What if Capcom had that same dickhead mentality of, we can't do this because somebody already done it? What if they had that same mentality? You wouldn't have never got a game like Street Fighter. You wouldn't have never saw a game like Street Fighter 2. Mortal Kombat 2, Killer Instinct, Virtual Fighter, Tekken, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury. None of these games would never probably be around if everybody had that same mentality of, we're not going to do that because a company did a game by the name of Heavyweight Champ, which came out in the 70s. So yeah, we can't do that. We can't do no Street Fighter. That's already been done. Two people fighting each other? Oh, that's already been done. We can't do that. Where would the fighting game genre be? You understand what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to start it off to get the ball rolling. Somebody got to do something to get the ball rolling. Now, people act like Sony ain't bring nothing innovative to the table. Sony was the first console, well, it was like the first mainstream console. Well, no, Sony was the first console to have dual analog sticks. Sony, the first console to ever have an analog stick was the Vortex. Sony was the first console to ever do the dual analog sticks. What other gaming companies had controllers with dual analog sticks? Microsoft? Did they still? Dual analog sticks. They wasn't the first ones to do it. GameCube, Nintendo. Oh! You better not say it. Did Nintendo still? They had a controller with dual analog sticks. Oh my God. What? Did they still? You know, the Nintendo 64 had an analog stick. Did they steal that from the PlayStation? Did they steal that from Sony? Did they steal that from the Vortex? Was it stolen? Okay. You understand? It was more like an iteration. It was more like, you know, bringing something to the table. You know, just joining a party. You know, okay, Sony got the ball rolling with dual analog sticks. Why can't we do it either if it makes for a better gaming experience? You understand what I'm saying? If it makes the gaming experience different and it's something that's inevitable, like dual analog sticks had to happen for other companies. You know, it had to happen. Imagine if Microsoft and Nintendo was still on you know, one analog stick. Imagine how gaming would feel. It wouldn't fucking work, right? So, taking the idea that Sony did with the dual analog sticks, that was an idea that had to be taken. You understand what I'm saying? But people act like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 did not change the game. People act like when Sony got into this gaming world, they did not change the game and bring a whole lot of things new to the fucking table. I mean, your console being able to play movies? Who did that first? You know? Okay, so Nintendo didn't take it with the GameCube, and they didn't take it with the Wii. The Wii can't play DVDs, right? But I bet damn sure the Wii U will be able to play movies. I bet that. Sony brought the whole multimedia to the console thing. They started that. They kicked it off, which is one of the reasons why the PlayStation 2 was as big as it was, because it could play DVD movies. You understand what I'm saying? The whole point of this video is to let people know. There's a lot of ignorant people out there. To let people know, listen, Sony has done some shit too that changed the game. Sony has done things too that was stolen from them. You know what I mean? But if every company had that mentality that we can't do this because it was already done, where the fuck would video games be at today? Where would anything in the world be at today? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Where would shit be at today? If a company was like, oh, they got a DVD player? Oh, we can't make a DVD player because they already did it. What? You feel what I'm saying? Things have to get copied. Ideas have to be took in order for things to move ahead. Everybody feeds off of each other. Everybody feeds off the energy that's put out there by different companies. They start something, somebody else do it, maybe do it better, take it to another level. Somebody else will come along, take it to another level. Somebody has to get the ball rolling. It has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing if another company created something and another company took it and ran with it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. If you really sit there and think that that is a bad thing, then think about where would gaming be at today if this type of practice wasn't done. Just imagine. Just imagine. We'll still be playing Maze Wars if the creators of fucking Doom and Wolfenstein thought that they can't do those games because Maze Wars was already done. We'll still be playing games like Maze War, a game that was made in the 70s. Really? That's what you want? I don't think so. So all that Sony's stealing this, Sony's stealing... Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! You know what I mean? Know your history before you run your fucking mouth. People steal from each other all the time. People feed off of each other's energy all the time. Yes, Nintendo brought the Rumble Pack to the market, But that was also another thing that pretty much was inevitable, and it had to be done with other systems to improve the experience. Yeah, they brought the Rumble Pack, and then Sony brought the DualShock, took it another step further, because the DualShock was much better than the Rumble Pack. Much better. The Rumble Pack was pretty much a piece of shit. Let's be real. Let's call a ball, a strike a strike. The Rumble Pack was pretty much a piece of shit. Ran through batteries like you wouldn't believe. You know what I mean? Sony, you know, they did the DualShock. They took it another level. Took it to another. And you know what? The first DualShock, the first Rumble feature in a Sony controller was in '96. But I'm not sure. And Nintendo 64 came out, well, the Rumble Pack came out, I believe, in '97 with the release of Star Fox. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong on that. Sony could have started the Rumble feature. I'm not sure. I might have to check that out. That'd really piss you Nintendo fags off now, wouldn't it? And then, you know, Nintendo, PlayStation did the, you know, the PlayStation Move, and everybody felt like they was copying the Wii. So the Wii was the first, Nintendo was the first to ever do the motion controller? Really? I don't think so. I don't think Nintendo was the first to do the motion controller. But since PlayStation did it, they felt like they was copying Nintendo. But Nintendo ain't the first one to do the motion controller. So who was Sony really copying? Or better yet, who the fuck was Nintendo copying? Because there were motion controllers before the Wii. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. We're going to get to the bottom of this shit today. You dig? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. This your boy Hard 8, man. Don't forget, like the video. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Like the video. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. We're going to get to the bottom of this. This your boy Hard 8, and I'm out. Deuces.
Yo, before you leave this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And if you haven't already, follow the Truth of YouTube on Twitter @Hard8Times.